Hey guys, what's up? I'm coming to you today with the Kwing expansion pack from X-Wings Wave 7. This is the Rebels' biggest little fighter, and it's, some people say it's ugly, but I think it's beautiful. And it's a much bigger blister box than we're accustomed to seeing, because this ship, even though it goes on a small base, looks just huge. Just crazy huge. So we're going to pull it out, and we're going to look at this miniature. I'm going to have some fun with it. And then at the end, I'm going to show it to you in scale next to some of the other fighters, and you can get a kind of a grasp for how big it is compared to other stuff. All right, so here it is. I really like the paint detail on this thing. It's very clean lines, a lot of detail, a lot of panels, a lot of engines. The engines are really nicely sculpted too. I really like all the torpedoes and ordnance on the bottom. And we've got our little turret down there. I wouldn't want to sit in that thing because it's way too small for me. All right, really nice looking. You really have a hard time though. Like, look at the base. All right, you'd really have a hard time like trying to fly these guys in formation, because you would need to fly them like at least a whole space or two away from each other. So that's good luck with that. I can't imagine. I may only buy one of this expansion. So, all right, so we're going to look at the cardboard here. We've got our Connor net, and we've got, looks like we've got an ion token, ion bomb, or what is it, ion bomb? I think it's ion bomb. We'll see. All right, and then we've got, this ship has a turret as a primary weapon. I think it's the first small ship we've seen that has a turret primary. And here we've got our tokens over here. Here is our dial. Now, there's not a whole lot of maneuvers for this guy. He may have some of the least maneuvers I've seen. He's got, he doesn't have hard ones, but he has one bank, one forward. Those are both green. And he's got a 2 straight, that's green. He's got all of his 2s and only some of his 3s. He doesn't have a hard 3. So his only hard turn is a 2. But this guy doesn't have a K turn. He also doesn't have any red maneuvers. So turning him around is going to be difficult. But there's a way around that, because we'll see, he comes with the new slam action, which is a whole new type of action. And we're going to look at some of the bonus cards that come with this guy. We've got our bomb reference. We've got ion tokens, modifications and titles, turret primary weapon. Note that a turret doesn't have a 360-degree arc. It still has its printed arc, but the turret means it can fire outside of its arc. So there are some cards that mention whether something's in your arc or not. All right, so Slam, uses this token here in the cardboard. That means his weapons are disabled. I'm glad they gave you a token like that, because we needed something like that for Corin Horn. I mean, we didn't really need it. You could use whatever you want. But it's nice to have an official weapons disabled token. So that's nice. But the Slam action here. Ships with the double arrow Slam icon may perform a slam action, sub-light acceleration motor action. To slam, choose and execute a maneuver on the ship's dial. The chosen maneuver must be the same speed as the maneuver of the ship that was executed this round. Then assign a ship weapons disabled token. The ships with weapons disabled cannot perform attacks. This token is removed during the end phase along with focus and evade tokens. Performing a slam counts as executing a maneuver. A ship cannot perform a slam as a free action. That's one of the biggest things there. You cannot slam as a free action. You can, however, slam and then take free actions if you're not stressed. And if you're stressed, you can't take free actions. All right. Now we have the ion bomb, which is new here, and we've seen that it also comes in the Punisher, the TIE Punisher expansion. When this bomb token detonates, each ship at range 1 of the token receives 2 ion tokens, then discard this token. Now this doesn't do damage, but it's enough ion tokens that it can take out a large ship, or at least ionize a large ship. The Connor net token, when this bomb token detonates, the ship that moved through or overlapped this token suffers 1 damage, receives 2 ion tokens, and skips its perform action step. Then discard this token. So that's, I mean, it's still 1 damage. I'm curious how much it costs. I haven't looked at the card yet. But it can really mess you up, and it does a little bit of damage. I imagine it's probably I'm going to guess 4 points. We'll see if I'm right. And I don't know, I have not looked ahead, so we'll see. All right. So, twin laser turret. Now, so just so we're clear, though, the Connor net is going to stay in place, but the ion bomb is going to detonate right away. The counter net will stay in place and is like an obstacle. Although it's not technically an obstacle, but it's something for you to fly over. Now, we come with some new turrets. This is really nice because we haven't seen new turrets in a while. The twin laser turret. Perform this attack twice, even against a ship outside your firing arc. It costs 6, so it's kind of expensive for a turret. But you can roll 3 dice, and you can, if it hits, the defender suffers 1 damage, then cancel all dice results. So you can only do 1 damage with it, kind of like the Ion, but you get to attack again, so you can potentially attack twice. And now, you might think, well, I could just do 2 damage with a normal attack. Yeah, but if somebody rolls good or has to spend their focus or has to spend an evade token or whatever, you're forcing them to do that on 1 attack, and then you get the other attack with them having nothing left over. So it's a good way to kind of use up your defender's limited resources. And it combos very well with certain other cards. Like the BTL Y-Wing, you can essentially get like 3 attacks out of that. So very cool. Plasma Torpedoes, the B-Wing killer. 4 red dice, attacks at range 2 to 3, costs 3, and so torpedo. Spend your target lock and discard this card to perform this attack. If this attack hits, after dealing damage, remove 1 shield token from the defender. So it's a great way to take down a ship that has a lot of shields. It's a good first attack. It's great for really big ships too, and B-Wings have a lot of shields. Advanced Homing Missile. This is like one of the most coolest cards ever, especially with so many ships having only 2 hull. What this guy does is if he hits, he's only range 2, he costs 3 points, you roll 3 dice. If this attack hits, deal 1 face-up damage to the defender, then cancel all dice results. That face-up card could be a direct hit, so you can do 2 damage. You can take out an A-Wing in 1 shot with this. It's amazing. Okay, Bombardier. This is new to this expansion. It's a crew, costs 1. When dropping a bomb, you may use the 2 template instead of the 1 template. So that's pretty cool. It gives you some options. And it's always nice to keep people guessing. You've seen a little bit of that with Iman as Amin, but I don't know if you'd want to put that on Iman. Here's the card for the Connor Net. When a ship's base or maneuver template overlaps this token, the token detonates. And it does cost 4, so I guessed right. Yay! Extra munitions. This is huge. This also comes with the TIE Punisher, as you can see in the artwork. And it costs 2 points. It's a torpedo slot. But when you equip this card, you put an extra ordnance token on every torpedo, missile, or bomb that you have. And when you're instructed to discard an upgrade card, you may discard 1 ordnance token on that card instead. So, the funny thing is, I need a FAQ for it, but this is a torpedo upgrade. So when you equip it, you get to put an extra token on itself also. And the only reason I say that is because there's a crit that makes you lose a secondary weapon. You have to discard it. So I think you would be able to discard this. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. I'll look for an FAQ on that. Ion bombs. We've seen this in the Punisher already. When you reveal your maneuver dial, you drop this card. When it detonates at the end of the activation phase, and it costs 2. So that's when it does 2 ion tokens on everybody near it. Now the slam. After performing a slam action, this is the advanced slam, I'm sorry. It's a modification. After performing a slam action, if you do not overlap an obstacle or another ship, you may perform a free action. So it's a great way to move, slam, and then as long as you are clear, you get another action. This is a great way to drop a bomb that requires an action, like a Connor Net or proximity mines or something like that. So very cool. We get 1 of these in here. Now we're going to look at the pilots. I should have done this first, but that's okay. All right. First is our base level pilot skill 2, Warden Squadron Pilot. It costs 23 points, so you can fit 4 of these in a build if you wanted to. Although I don't think that would be the wisest of actions. You've got 2 attack, 1 evade, 1 agility, 5 hull, and 4 shields. So they're very beefy. And you got the target lock, focus, and slam actions. It can hold 2 bombs, 1 crew, 1 missile, 2 torpedoes, and a turret. Find it odd that a ship with a turret primary weapon can also equip a turret. But hey, you know what? More options are always a good thing. I don't think we're going to be able to fit any EPTs on any of the other ships, though, because we've filled up just about every possible option. Yeah, I mean, I'd gladly sacrifice a single torpedo slot for an EPT on some of these, but what are you going to do? Next, for 25, is the Guardian Squadron pilot, and he gains, he's pilot skill 4. Next is the Asigi Tuketu, or Essage Tuketu. I like Asigi better, even though it's probably not right. Alright, when another friendly ship at range 1 or 2 is attacking, it may treat your focus tokens as its own. Now, I think that's interesting. There has been some question on this card on if he'll work with a huge ship or not, because huge ships don't focus. So I await an FAQ on that. My guess is that it will be able to. A huge ship will be able to use his focus. But we'll see. I'll await the FAQ. And he's a pilot skill 6 for 28. And now next is the all-star from this expansion, Miranda Donnie. She clocks in at 29 points. Once per round when attacking, you may either spend 1 shield to roll 1 additional attack die, or roll 1 fewer attack die to recover 1 shield. Now, she has great synergy with the twin laser turret that you're attacking twice. So she can, attack as normal, and then spend her second attack to roll 1 less die and recover a shield, or roll an extra die. And she's just great. She's a lot of flexibility if you equip her with the twin laser turret, and you load her up with bombs, and then the torpedo for extra munitions, and then you can, you can get up to 4 bombs on this pilot, and she can just regenerate shields. That's really nice. It regenerates shields and still attack. So I think she's really impressive. And pilot skill 8, which is also really good, especially for a bomb platform. It's such a shame you can't give her a veteran instincts. But pilot skill 8 is still going to get a lot of stuff. So I really like her, and I'm anxious to try out the Kwing, probably with Miranda at the helm. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up next to some other ships so you can see how big this thing is in comparison to other smaller and larger ships. Alright, here's the Kwing, and it's set up right next to a TIE Advance and then the Kirax fighter. You can see just how huge this is. We can't even, I can't even get them any closer than that without them touching. I can only imagine how much farther those bases would have to be away if it was 2 Kwings. So you can't really fly them close to each other unless somebody comes up with some kind of altered pegs. But there they are, and there's all of Wave 7, minus this guy. He's not Wave 7. But and then the Raider that just recently came out as well too. He's so gorgeous. Look at that. Alright. But yeah, there's the Kwing. He's huge. Huger than the rest. If you like this video, subscribe, like, give it a comment, all that good stuff. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.